So guys, today I want to talk about the environment of growth for your surroundings and why they matter. So when we think about skill development, we often zero in on practice. How much you practice, how focused you are, and how consistent you can be. But there's something equally important that often gets overlooked, and that is your environment. In my own journey, I've learned that the environment you're in, the people you're around, the feedback you get, and the challenges you face can either accelerate your growth or it's going to hold you back. The right environment pushes you past your current ideas about what you think you're capable of doing, uh, your limits. It introduces new perspectives and it forces you to think differently. And that's where all the growth happens. Today, we are going to explore why your environment matters so much, how it influences your growth, and how you can create or find the environments that will help you get to the next level. So I want to start off with the role of environment in accelerating your skill development. So one of the key lessons from the Talent Code, which was written by Daniel Coyle, is that the right environment is crucial for accelerating skill development. High performance environments, whether it's a sports team, creative community, or professional network, they are all designed to push you beyond whatever you feel is comfortable, your comfort zone. And then it also holds you to a higher standard. In these environments, you're not just practicing on your own. You're being coached, you're being challenged, you're being held accountable by your teammates. The people around you are often more skilled or experienced, which forces you to step up. You're constantly getting feedback, learning from mistakes. You're forced to adapt. This level of intensity and challenge accelerates your growth in ways that practice alone simply can't. When we talk about practice, there's a difference between practicing for repetition and practicing to understand. If you're just memorizing the next step, you're building on a pathway that only takes you forward in predictable ways. But when you approach practice with the intention of understanding and adapting, you build your ability to bounce back, that grit. And resilience prepares you for life, because life doesn't move in straight lines. So now it's really about learning with intention. Also, it builds confidence. Learning with intention also builds confidence. When you understand why you're doing something, you're just better equipped to adjust when circumstances change. That's why being in an environment that encourages intentional learning is so powerful and effective. Your environment doesn't just affect your skill, it also affects your mindset. When you're in an environment that demands your best, you start to think differently. You stop looking for shortcuts and start embracing the process of hard work and consistent improvement. Being surrounded by people who are driven, focused, and pushing themselves forces you to adopt that same mindset. It's the difference between practicing in a way that's comfortable and practicing in a way that's uncomfortable, but also necessary for growth. The right environment creates a sense of accountability, and it also gives you an urgency that shifts your mindset from good enough to what's possible. How do you find or create a high-performance environment that accelerates growth? It starts with surrounding yourself with people who challenge you. These could be mentors, coaches, peers, friends, all of them who you consider are ahead of you and push you to do more. If you're in a comfortable environment where everyone is on the same level, it's time to find a new space that challenges you. This could mean joining a mastermind group, you could hire a coach, or just spending more time with people who are where you want to be. The goal is to put yourself in a space where the expectations are higher than what you're used to. And if you can't find one of these ready-made environments, create one. Build your own accountability group. Seek out different mentors. Reach out to people. Find a partner or someone who can be an accountability person that you can share your goals with and know that they will push you. The key is to make your environment The key is to make sure your environment forces you to consistently operate at the edge of your own abilities right now, because you have the ability to develop. Another critical part of a high performance environment is the feedback you receive. Without feedback, it's easy to get stuck in a loop of doing the same things wrong. And without ever improving, you really don't go anywhere. You're spinning the wheels. So in environments that push growth, feedback is constant and direct. It's not about being comfortable, it's about hearing exactly what you need to keep progressing forward. In these high performance environments, feedback comes from, it can be coaches, mentors. It helps you identify your blind spots, the areas where you think you're doing fine, but actually you could use improvement. This level of feedback refines your skills and it keeps you from falling into complacency. In my own experience, the feedback I've received from friends or people that I've met along the way, it was all invaluable. It wasn't always easy to hear, but it made me aware of the areas where I needed to make adjustments and improve. That kind of feedback is something you rarely get, especially when you're working by yourself in isolation. And it's one of the biggest advantages of being in an environment like that. So how can you leverage your environment to accelerate your growth? Here's a few strategies that you can start using today. One, surround yourself with people who challenge you. I know it sounds easy, but find people who are ahead of you, or at least who you consider is ahead of you. This could be friends or people that you may not even know that well, but you can ask them. People are more open than you think. Just make sure you're consistently learning from people who push you to do more than what you think is possible. Two, embrace feedback. Seek out feedback even when it's uncomfortable. Honest feedback helps you identify your weaknesses and refine your skills faster. Remember, constructive feedback builds you up. It's different from criticism that tears you down. Filter what you take in. Three, create accountability. If you don't have an environment that demands this, create one. Find an accountability partner. Find a group where people are pushing towards their goals. The idea behind this is that they all hold each other accountable, and it will push you into a new place of higher standards. And four, and I know you probably hear this all the time, get outside of your comfort zone. Challenge yourself by deliberately placing yourself in environments that make you feel uncomfortable. This could be attending groups that you've never done before. This could be joining a competitive group. It could be taking on projects that stretch your abilities. If you want to get more active outside, try a run club. Go there to train, not to have conversations. If you're looking to build a business, find people, ask people, what are they working on? They could have a 9-to-5 job and still be pursuing something on the side. It's possible to align yourself with people that are also on the same journey as you. So here's what I want you to remember. Your environment matters. If you're serious about developing your skills, you need to be in a space that pushes you, that challenges you, and holds you accountable. The more you surround yourself with people and situations that demand the best of you, the faster you'll grow. Don't settle for an environment that keeps you comfortable. Growth happens at the edge of your abilities, and the right environment will push you to that edge again and again. Whether it's in fitness, business, or any other area of your life, your environment plays a huge role in shaping your journey. If this resonates with you, hit subscribe, follow me for more content that can be on growth, skill building, creating the conditions for your own success. Let's keep moving, let's keep growing, let's focus on progress, growth over fear, always.